Jay, did you get that alert on your phone yesterday at 1:30 in the afternoon?
I did get that alert on my phone, Landon. What did it say?
It said, Tez is back, baby.
We're here with an exciting Friday morning edition of Sports Extra. Tez Walker is eligible. We got a full weekend preview coming right now.
From the Hussman School of Journalism and Media at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
Tez will play on Saturday. Good morning and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Landon Elliott.
And I'm Jay Banzette. Thanks for joining us. Late last night and yesterday afternoon, the NCAA reversed the controversial decision to keep Tez Walker out this season and granted him immediate eligibility. The NCAA made the decision in light of new information it claims has just now been presented by the university. And now that he's eligible, the Tar Heels can utilize his world-class speed, which we can see here on display against Georgia when he played for Kent State last year. Carolina fans can look forward to Walker and quarterback Drake May having a lot of chemistry. You'll see this screen go down the sideline. He's got electric speed, as Riley will talk about in a minute. Just look at this connection from the spring game. We'll see it soon. The 4-0 Tar Heels just got a big win off the field that should help them tomorrow on the field against Syracuse. Deep ball to Tez in the sideline. Now let's send it to Riley Kennedy to see what makes Tez so entertaining to watch. Riley?
Jay, 6'3", 200 pounds, 4.4 speed. He's got elite size. Nobody can match him, right? He's the fastest on the speed, right, with the team. He's got an elite first step, creates separation. Let's take a look at this first play. Spring game, right? He creates separation at the line of scrimmage. He's got one-on-one coverage right on the outside. He gets right downhill, and that's what you're going to see on Saturday. This is what Tez loves to do. He gets right downhill, and he blows past defenders. Now, last year, obviously, he played at Kent State again. Watch him create separation. This DB is going to fully put his arms out. He's going to go right by him, right? You kind of want to force him to get to the inside. Tez goes right by. You're going to see a replay here too. I mean, this is what Tez loves to do. Now, he's got a great, right, acceleration of speed. He changes speed so well, but he's got that tall frame. He's 6'3". Look at this against Kent State. You guys have seen this. You guys just saw it, right? He blocks it right here. His DB's got to come over, right? They got defensive guys inside. Force Tez to the middle. They don't do that. He's got this tall frame. He changes speed, right? Gets downfield. I mean, Tez is elite. You guys are going to see it on Saturday for UNC. Now, he's ready to play, Jay. He's been practicing with a scout team. Let's see what he can do against Syracuse. That's right, Riley. Who do you think benefits the most from the addition of Tez coming back to the offense? Yeah, it's a good question, right? The offense opens up. Syracuse runs that 3-3-5 defense. It's Drake, right? It's the run game. It's right underneath, right? That'll all benefit from Tez being back. Thanks, Riley. Following that great news, Carolina football is back from the bye week with an important battle against ACC opponent Syracuse tomorrow afternoon. The key to Saturday's game will be the turnover battle. Syracuse's The Mob is tied for 9th nationally in turnovers gained this season with 11 takeaways through 5 games. Coming off only one last week against Clemson, the Orange will look to continue its defensive success. And on the flip side, UNC is yet to fumble the ball and has the 5th-ranked turnover margin in the country. If the Heels can win the turnover battle tomorrow afternoon, they'll have a good shot at taking down the pesky Orange defense and improving to 5-0.
The number 1 ranked women's soccer team faced the Miami Hurricanes in an ACC matchup at Dorrance Field last night. The Tar Heels got off to an early start as Avery Patterson sent a low cross down the lane, placing the ball at Emily Colton's feet, where she was able to turn around the defender to get the ball in the net. Carolina was successful in maintaining possession throughout the game, but struggled to find the back of the goal again. The defense remained composed, and players like Kaylee Herr stepped up into big roles this game. Despite not scoring again, the Heels had a total of 20 shots on goal and 12 corners. The game finished 1-0. The Heels have a quick turnaround. They're back on Sunday to take on Duke at Koskinen Stadium. The top-ranked Tar Heels will be facing the Duke Blue Devils for the first time this season. The Heels maintained their undefeated record, defeating Miami last night. The Heels had their 7th shutout of the year against NC State last weekend, with 4 different players finding the back of the net to defeat the Wolfpack 4-0. The Heels defense has been shutting down opponents all season, holding 11 of its 12 opponents to 10 shots or less. Kickoff is set for 4 p.m. on Sunday. Later today, the men's soccer team will host the Syracuse Orange for a top 20 matchup on Dorrance Field. The last time these two teams played each other, Syracuse notched the 1-0 victory, but this season has been tougher for the Orange. They've fallen to Duke and Cornell. The Tar Heels and Orange have eerily similar stats as they both average just under 2 goals per game and have each had 22 saves this season. UNC defense will look to shut down the Orange's leading scorer, Lorenzo Basilelli, in order to extend the Heels' undefeated run. The match is set to kick off at 7:30 and is sure to be an exciting one. The win at home against Elon makes UNC's Dorrance Field record against the Phoenix a clean 9-0 for the Heels. Let's go to Caroline's corner to hear exactly how the Heels got it done. Caroline?
Landon, the win for the Heels was a full team effort. The defense and Andrew Cortez stepped up big, providing a huge shutout for the Heels. But it was the offense where the Heels really proved what it means to fight. In this first play, we see 2 Tar Heels crash in on Elon, stealing the ball and playing a leading ball up to Martin Vician, who takes a righty strike that just misses the goal. Now I know that ball didn't go in, but I like what we see here. We have players fighting to get the ball back and making quick looks to get the ball back downfield. Let's see what else the Heels were up to. In this next play, Akeem Clark passes the ball to Quincy Airmont, who does almost an overlapping run around him. Now what I love about this is Airmont knows how much of a threat he is. He's fast and he can shoot from distance. So what does he do? Well, he accelerates and makes a strong shot from way outside of the box. Again, no goal, but great work by the Tar Heels. Quincy Airmont goes on to notch a PK goal, giving UNC the lead in the match, but the game wasn't over yet. On Monday, I talked about how the last few minutes are the time for an offense to pull away and claim the victory. Well, the Tar Heels took my words to heart as they scored in the last minute of the match. Vician outruns Elon's defense to get to the ball and makes a clean cross where he finds Al Kwok, who buries the goal. The Heels outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed the Phoenix. It was no doubt that it was going to be a Carolina victory. Landon?
Caroline, it seems like offense really stepped up in this game, and defense has been on a roll with back-to-back shutouts. Do you think the Heels have what it takes to beat the defending national champions later tonight?
Well, Landon, this is a new season. Syracuse lost some key seniors and fell to Duke already. Meanwhile, I think the Tar Heels have made big improvements this year. If they can play a full 90 minutes with heart and enjoy that home field advantage, I think this one tilts toward the Heels.
Thanks, Caroline.
Hoping to stop a 3-match losing streak, UNC Volleyball is set to defend its home court today against number 6 Louisville at Carmichael Arena. The Heels have a plethora of weapons to down the Cardinals. They're spearheaded by freshman Safi Hampton and graduate Imani Foster, both outside hitters who had a combined 34 kills in a tough loss at Miami this past weekend. And going into today's match, Louisville has won an impressive 38 of the last 40 matches in ACC play, and Carolina's going to look to make that a record of 38 of 41. On Sunday, the volleyball team will take on 8th-ranked Notre Dame, trying to find redemption after their current 3-match losing streak. In the matchup last year, the Tar Heels defeated Notre Dame in straight sets, and this was the first sweep against the Fighting Irish since 2014. Notre Dame, on the other hand, has lost their own past 2 matches and will definitely put on a fight. That match will start at 1 p.m. The UNC ice hockey team took on the team from Durham in a rivalry exhibition match Wednesday night. It was the first annual Pink the Rink game for breast cancer research and awareness, and Henry Foster got the scoring started off for the Tar Heels off this beauty from a pass from Cole Kozowski. It was the first of 5 UNC goals in the first period. Capped off by this wrister from Leighton Walsh you just saw, the senior ended the game with 4 goals, and Tommy Gilligan secured a hat trick of his own in the second period, scoring the 8th and 9th goals of the game for UNC. The 15-goal decimation was polished off by David Mahan, who put away this rebound off the goalie, and UNC defeated Duke 15-4.
I think the offense has really been trying to find a groove together with chemistry and just working well with our line mates. I think that no one's really too much of an individual player out here. We of course do have some guys that can skate coast to coast, but I think mainly it's teamwork and guys are building off of each other to get these goals.
Quick turnaround number 3, the ice hockey team is back in action again tonight against Wake Forest University at 10:30 p.m. Strong goaltending seems to be a trend for the Tar Heels as they gave up only 5 goals in their past 2 matches. Add on to that the offensive firepower that was showcased in the match against ECU and carried over into their win against Duke. You have an energized team that has no intention of slowing down. UNC is hoping to maintain its undefeated record in its match against the Demon Deacons tonight.
The New Look softball team has a doubleheader against Pembroke and Wingate at Anderson Softball Stadium on Sunday. Pembroke will be the 3rd scrimmage game for Carolina. Last season, the Tar Heels struggled to find runs in close games. 16 of their 26 losses were by 2 runs or fewer. 2 of their 3 top hitters are returning, senior Skylar Brooks and graduate student Abby Settlemeyer. They'll be Carolina's key to success this season. The match-off against Pembroke starts at 10 a.m. and Wingate at 12:30. Coming off a win against number 13 ranked St. Joseph's, the number 1 ranked UNC field hockey team hopes to keep the winning streak going as they face number 11 Boston College this afternoon. The Tar Heels are off to a strong start again this season, with new head coach Aaron Madsen leading the way. Riley Heck and Charlie Brunner have accounted for 11 of the team's 28 goals thus far. As long as the Heels are able to keep the pressure on the Eagles' defense, UNC has the opportunity to extend the winning streak to 8. The game starts at 4 p.m. at Karen Shelton Stadium. Another short turnaround for a Carolina team. Field hockey will take on the Liberty Flames at home for a top 10 matchup on Sunday. Milagros Aresta, a forward from Argentina, leads the Flames with 5 goals this season. Last season, the Tar Heels defeated Liberty 6-3, but it was former player and the Tar Heels' new head coach Aaron Madsen who scored 4 of those 6 goals. With Madsen on the sideline this season, the Tar Heels will be looking to players like Riley Heck to finish inside the circle to get the ball in the back of the net. While the offense is crucial, the team's defense is going to need to be settled and aware, which we have seen this season, to protect their cage on Sunday.
The Carolina Academic Excellence Award goes each year to a men's and women's varsity team that has the highest overall GPA. This year, the women's tennis team earned the honor, and it's the first time ever that a team has won the award and had an NCAA title in the same season. For the men's division, the fencing team earned the award, and this is the 6th time claiming the award in its 6-year history. Well done. Love of 2 things can be time-consuming and yet immensely rewarding, even if those 2 things you're doing are at rival institutions. Here's reporter Jonathan Collins.
Men's rugby has been an iconic club sport on the Carolina campus since 1966. A man at the forefront of the team's success has been Coach Claude Hughes. Formerly an OBGYN physician, Dr. Hughes has found a surprising amount of similarity between the worlds of rugby and medicine.
So my interest in rugby developed a long time ago. I think part of what strikes me as shared elements of medicine or understanding medicine or practicing medicine and understanding and playing rugby is the complexity of each of them.
After getting his medical degree at that school down the road, Dr. Hughes gained his love of rugby through his time abroad in Scotland while conducting medical research. He says that doctors and rugby players know what it takes to put in the work, whether that's on the field or in the laboratory.
If you've slogged away at a laboratory bench for years on end to get some data, you feel like you've experienced a particular kind of undertaking.
Dr. Hughes urges people who are interested in either rugby or medicine to give it a shot and put in the work, because the results could truly be impactful.
If you do all the little things well in medicine or in rugby, and string all those little things together in some rational sequence, performance in either setting is successful.
Along with coaching rugby at UNC, Dr. Hughes continues his medical research as a consulting professor at Duke. I'm Jonathan Collins, reporting.
It's always interesting to hear about a coach who has a passion and background outside of the world of sports. Isn't that right, Landon?
That's right. And on Monday, we presented you with 2 candidates for Sports Extra Play of the Week. And the winner is UNC hockey player Chandler Castellos. Smooth scoring in the match against ECU. Castellos dangles past defenders to bury the puck in the goal. And that is your Play of the Week.
That does it for this edition of Sports Extra. Join us on Monday for all the highlights from another exciting weekend of Carolina athletics.